Let's say you want to have a six-pack by the end of the year. Now what you need to think through is, what are the actions I need to take in order for it to be unreasonable for me not to achieve my goal? What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Next podcast. If I'm not mistaken, it's episode 6. It's been a fun ride so far, and I look forward to getting to that notorious episode 21, where I will be in the top 1% of podcasts ever made. Just think about that. Quite insane. And that sort of leads me into the topic I want to talk about today. It's 2024. It's 2024, and most people have goals going into the new year. Rightfully so. Most people have New Year's resolutions. However, statistics show that a staggering 80% of people never even reach February with their New Year's resolutions or drop off in February. And only 8% actually make it until the end of the year, which is quite staggering to me and quite shocking, to be honest. And that is why I want to talk about today, setting goals going into the new year, how I set goals to achieve the things I want to achieve. And at the end of this video, I'll be sharing a little secret nugget that has helped me stay consistent and ultimately achieve the goals that I want to achieve. Having said that, let's dive right in. So first of all, when setting a goal, what I've learned from Alex Hormozi, if you don't know who he is, he owns a company or a portfolio of companies that makes close to $200 million a year at this point. An extreme inspiration to me. Extreme, I don't know if extreme is the right word, but just an insane inspiration to me and has helped me a lot. And he taught me this method, and it's sort of called the goal setting hypothesis. I actually don't know if it's called that. Point is, I'll call it that today. And basically the way to go about setting any goal is to think of it as an hypothesis or as a hypothesis, because at the end of the day, you don't know if you'll achieve the goal. You just want to achieve it. So thinking through it in a way of like, okay, I have this hypothesis. Okay, let's say you want to have a six-pack by the end of the year. Now, that is your hypothesis. Now, what you need to think through is, what are the actions I need to take in order for it to be unreasonable for me not to achieve my goal? And that is how I think through every goal I want to achieve now. So it goes something like this. I want to have a six-pack. In order to have a six-pack, if I track my calories, hit the gym 3 days a week, and show up consistently, I will get a six-pack abs, or I will have six-pack abs by the end of the year. Now that is the hypothesis. So again, if I track my calories, stay consistent with it, and show up to the gym 3 days a week, I will have six-pack abs by the end of the year. Now that is my hypothesis. Now things can come up, right? Life can happen. God forbid you could injure yourself, right? Things like that. Now that is out of your control. However, the actions are in your control. And which is why I'm such a massive fan of this, because it just relieves so much pressure. You are just focusing on the things you can control, which are tracking your calories. Actually, okay, not just tracking them, but also hitting your calorie goal, showing up to the gym 3 days a week, and staying consistent with that. That is in your control. And again, that is how I set goals, all my goals, whether that's for my business, content, fitness, anything I want to achieve, that is how I go about it. Now, at the end of it, let's say at the end of the year, what you look at is you look at the actions you took. So if you tracked your calories and you hit your calorie goal, you showed up to the gym 3 days a week and you were consistent with that. If you can tick that off at the end of the year and you did not reach your goal, then you need to change your approach. Or maybe it was an approach that was a little bit unrealistic. However, if you did the things, then that's the first check mark. The second check mark is then, did you actually reach your goal? If not, you need to make some adjustments to the actions you need to take in order to reach that goal, or just continue with that and see if you then reach your goal. With tracking your calories, hitting the gym and staying consistent, you will eventually get your six-pack, and it's just a matter of time at that point. However, with something else, it might be like you need to take a different approach. Now, that is how I go about it, as I said, for anything I do, fitness, business, content, whatever I do. Now, the bonus tip, the bonus nugget I wanted to share with you guys that has really changed my life and relieved so much stress, anxiety around achieving things, around my goals. And that is to switch from outcome-based goals to action-based goals. Now, this is really easy to say and hard to do, because let's be real, we all want to achieve things, and it's very, very difficult to completely detach yourself from winning or success or achieving. And it's really, really hard to just focus on the actions. And something that has really, just come to my realization quite recently is that at this point, for example, with my physique, I've reached my goal physique. At this point, I'm not really looking to grow much. I'm pretty happy. Now, I'm still extremely consistent with going. Why is that? Because the actions itself, me going to the gym, has become fulfilling in and of itself. And just showing up has become rewarding because I feel good. I feel good for being the person, the identity that I have. And as a result, I keep showing up. Now, what does that tell you? That if you want to stay consistent with the goal you're trying to achieve, to switch from outcome-based goals to action-based goals, meaning you tracking your calories, you showing up to the gym, you staying consistent, that is the metric for success. That is your only metric for success, or at least that is my only metric for success. And you, if you want to, feel free to adopt that similar mindset. And what happens then is that you can just enjoy the journey, because let's be real, there is no mountaintop. There is no mountaintop, because you get those six-pack abs and then what? You want something else, because as humans, we are wired like that. We always want more. Why? Because dopamine rewards us, and dopamine is the hormone, the chemical of more. So it's natural to want more. Now, with action-based goals, you can just focus on showing up, because that's who you are and that is your identity. If you showed up, if you tracked your calories and you gave it your all, you were successful and you had a successful day. And that is how I think through anything I do at this point, because at the end of the day, the actions is all I can control. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a blessed day.